If you are pro-vaccine and pro-immunization for babies and children, I want to show you a study that has come out that is alarming and has very scary statistics. I personally believe, and this is my personal opinion, vaccines in children and babies should not be allowed. I believe that God has given every child a perfect immune system to destroy viruses and illnesses. And I believe that vaccination causes things like autism, things like ADHD, which has ramped up so much in the last 50 years and was almost never seen before. So here is the study, and I'm going to add a video about it towards the end of my discussion. Please, parents, I beg you. This study has recently been released and it is going viral on social media for showing the truth about vaccines. It is called Impact of Childhood Vaccination on Short and Long-Term Chronic Health Condition Outcomes in Children. Please go and find it. You can Google it and the PDF will come up for you to download and read. This study was performed on 18,468 children, a huge number of children, a huge number of participants in the US. These are the chronic conditions that were tested for in the study: asthma, autoimmune disease, brain dysfunction, diabetes, food allergies, mental health disorders, ADHD, autism, behavioral disability, developmental delay, learning disabilities. Go and familiarize yourself. And if you can look at the incident rate ratios of those children who have been exposed to any type of vaccine versus those children who had no vaccine at all. I mean, look at the difference in the ratios. Look at the alarming difference. Children who had no vaccine exposure, most of their incident ratios is 0 or single digits, that they will ever experience any one of these or all of these cancers, diabetes, ADHD. People, it is time to wake up. Look at the difference in incident rate ratios between those who had any type of vaccine versus those who had no vaccine exposure. In the very same study, here is a graph with the survival probability. The blue line is children that have been vaccinated. Look at the declining rate of their survival probability in the first 10 years of their lives compared to the red, which is children who have not been vaccinated. And this explains a lot when parents say that my child was progressing, my child was talking, my child was developing. As soon as they got that vaccine, a few days later, a few weeks later, my child stopped talking and the delay in my child's progress started. I will say it again, this is my personal opinion. But if you look at the study that came out, that was done on over 1,000 children, the results are absolutely alarming and they speak for themselves. That vaccines are the cause, or vaccines give a higher probability for children to develop all different types of chronic diseases and mental illness, ADHD, learning disabilities, etc. It is about time that we wake up, family. For real. Here's the video where I initially saw the study from. Then I went, I did my own research, I found the study and I downloaded it. And I read through the study. God bless.
Impact of childhood vaccination on short and long-term chronic health outcomes in children, a birth cohort study. I've never seen this study before.
18,468 subjects.
Henry Ford, like other institutions, has a bias towards the goodness of vaccines. If the results came back demonstrating that the battery of vaccines was associated with chronic diseases, such a result would be particularly convincing. This could be essentially one of the most valuable studies in the field.
The vaccinated subjects were over 4 times more likely to have an asthma diagnosis.
600% more acute and chronic ear infections.
4.47 times the amount of speech disorders in the vaccinated compared to the unvaccinated.
5.5 times risk.
616% increase. Learning issues, developmental delays, speech delays, language delays.
Amongst the unvaccinated group, there were zero
There was 0 brain dysfunction, 0 diabetes, 0 behavioral problems, 0 learning disabilities, 0 intellectual disabilities, 0 tics, and 0 other psychological disabilities. None.
It's a big difference.
It's very important that this study sees the light of day.
This is devastating.
This paper should have been rushed to publication on an emergency basis.
We are systematically making kids sick, and not just a little bit sick, very sick.
This may be the most important study that has ever been done, and it needs to be published.
He knows if he puts his name on this, his career is over.
I mean, honestly, really emotional.
Zervo's probably going to lose his job over this.